Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Matsuyorific, and today we're going to be doing another character design breakdown. Today we'll be looking at one of my favorite characters, Renae. Now, Renae is another character who was initially created for my Cardcaptor Sakura fanfiction, Cardcaptor Chronicles. So her design is partially inspired by the characters Tomoyo Daidoji and Ariel Hiragizawa, as well as some extra things that I've done to her since her initial creation. Now, before we get started, one thing I wanted to talk about with Renae is one of the things that I took into account with creating her design was I wanted her to have I wanted her physical appearance to be the polar opposite of her personality and her self-image. Renae's image of herself is of somebody with a lot of imperfections. She is definitely the most broken out of all of my characters in pretty much any story that she's in. I've got a couple of stories where she's not like broken, or at least as broken as she's been in some others, but then there's other stories where she's got a pretty rough life. I put her through a lot. So to counteract I wanted her to have this sort of perfect body, at least the kind of body that most people would see as perfect. Nice, slim, hourglass figure, big chest, pretty face. All of that rolled into one, everything that society sees as beautiful and perfect in a woman. Because Renae is the exact opposite of that. She is as far from perfect as you can get. And that is part of the inspiration with her character as well. And so I just really wanted to give her the physical appearance of somebody who's got everything together. She's definitely the most mature out of all my characters. Even as a child, she was pretty mature. So when people look at her, I want them to take one look at her and think, this is a girl who's got it all. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's mature. And then when you actually get to know her, you realize that all of that is just her outward appearance, and that her inner personality is actually very different. So, start off with, as I mentioned, Renae was initially created as the daughter of Tomoyo and Ariel. So I gave her the same hair color as Ariel and the same eye color as Tomoyo. Face shape is kind of based on Tomoyo as well, with just a little bit of Ariel in it. Obviously her hairstyle is inspired by Ariel. She's got the part down the center, it's wavy, and she's got this shoulder length hair, which is a little bit longer than Ariel's, which would cut off like around here. Another thing I really enjoyed is in a lot of the more fantasy-based stories, I really enjoy having her with this longer hair. She has this as a mermaid. She has it in some of the other stories. And I really like the way her hair looks when it's long. I think it looks really good on her. And I love being able to do all these different hairstyles with her as well. But for the most part, she does normally keep her hair down, whether it's long or short. Now, I already touched upon her body shape in the beginning there. Again, she's got this slim, hourglass figure. Personality-wise, I feel like this fits her as well. She's, with her somewhat more mature personality, she takes care of herself, and the way that I've always written her is she thinks more about what others would want than she does about what she wants. And sometimes she can get a little carried away with that as well. Sometimes she will try to interpret what she thinks that somebody might want, even if it's not what they would actually want. And one thing I've always admired about her is that she does always try her hardest for others, but she sometimes tries a little too hard. So I imagine she takes pretty good care of herself. She eats healthy and all that stuff, partially because she, does have that maturity to herself, and also partially because she feels like others are going to want to look at her and look at somebody slim than somebody who's not taking care of themselves as well as they could. Now, as far as her clothing choices go, for her mermaid, I'll go ahead and show off her mermaid form first. I really like this top that she's got. It's kind of inspired by Jasmine from Aladdin. It's just this nice, simple top. Purple is sort of the color that I usually use to represent her. Normally she wears a lot of light colors, pastels, cool colors. I really love drawing her in cool colors. I think they look really good on her, and they also sort of show off her personality a little as well. She's always been this sort of calm, collected person, or at least she wants you to think that she is, even if she's not always as collected as she'd like you to think. But she is usually pretty calm, and so I think that these nice, cool colors work really well with her. Again, going back to what I said before about her wanting to do things that she thinks others would want out of her. She's got this good fashion sense because society says that women should have good fashion sense, should be pretty all the time. So I do very much enjoy giving her more fashionable clothing. And I feel like this top goes pretty well with her tail. I didn't want to make her top exactly the same color as her tail, partially because I wanted to have like a difference in the color, and also partially because I've noticed a lot in animation especially that they'll have these characters with like everything matches perfectly. They'll have their colors match up perfectly, but when you go clothing shopping in real life, it is really, really hard to actually get something that is the same color as something else, unless it's intended to be an outfit, in which case, that's not fun. You don't get to mix and match as much. So I wanted it to be purple, but not the same color as her tail. Now, as far as clothing that she wears normally, switch her hair there. This is sort of an outfit that she might wear normally. She's got, it's fashionable, it's attractive. When I design outfits for Renae to wear, I usually like to not only, obviously, try to make her look fashionable, but I also try to show off, again, her assets, because again she would think that people would want her to dress like this, so she does. So as you can see from this cute little top or dress that she's wearing, it's nice and short, and there's plenty of cleavage. Not a whole lot, obviously, because she's not looking for sexual appeal, just looking to please the masses, make so that when people look at her, they think, oh yeah, that's what she's supposed to look like. She's a pretty girl and she's dressing like this. She's supposed to. But at the same time, even though I like drawing her in that kind of with that in mind, another thing I always try to go for with her clothing is to give off this sort of mature feeling with her clothing. Like for example, this dress right here, it's got sort of a, I could see someone wearing this to like The Office or something. Like, you wear this to a job and you want to look professional. So it's flirty, but also somewhat mature looking, and I feel like that really fits in with her personality. You know, not the flirty part, but obviously the more mature looking. And that's really about it. Not a whole lot to say this time around. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this character, and I will see you guys in the next one.